Dear students, I Vishal Mishra from Gyanmantri Vidyapeeth welcomes you all. Today I am going to teach you chapter number 6 from your book Honeycomb. Before we will read this chapter, we will know about the characters of this chapter. Those are Nisar, his sister Maya, and another person is Mr. Nath. Nisar, a boy of 7, also called 7 because his name means the 7th note on the musical scale. And his 10-year-old sister Maya are very curious about one Mr. Nath, means they want to know about Mr. Nath very deeply. Then one day the children's marble rolls into Mr. Nath's room and Nisar gets a chance to see him. One day, while playing with his sister Maya, Nisar's one marble rolls into Mr. Nath's room. And that day, very firstly, Nisar saw to Mr. Nath. Is he a crook on the run? Why is his face badly scared? Why has he no friends? Nisar's mother, a doctor, knows Mr. Nath as a patient who is very polite. Now, from this chapter, that name is Expect Detectives, we will learn more about Nisar, Maya and Mr. Nath. As we walked back towards the clinic, 7 said, he doesn't look anything like a monster. Means, as they were going to, means Maya and Nisar were going towards the clinic, 7 says that Mr. Nath is not like a monster, Maya. But did you see how thin he is? Maya says, did you see that how thin he is? Maybe he is poor and can't afford to eat. On this conversation, Nisar says that it is not only such thing that only a monster can be crooked or monster can be thin. It may be possible that Mr. Nath is very poor and can't afford to eat. He can't be poor if he is a crook on the run. I told him. He's probably got million of rupees stays away somewhere in that room. Maya says he can't be poor because as Maya thinks, he has probably got millions of rupees from anywhere in that room. Do you really think he is criminal, Maya? Nisar asked to his sister Maya that do you really think he is a criminal? He doesn't look like one. Nisar looked doubtful. Nisar is very doubtful about Mr. Nath's character, and it is because he is asking to his sister Maya that do you really think he is criminal? Of course he is one. 7. Now Maya says, yes, I think that he is a criminal. I said, and he certainly isn't starving. Mr. Mehta told us that Ramesh brings his meal up from the restaurant downstairs. Means for Mr. Nath, Ramesh, who is a friend or a relative of Mr. Nath, every day he brings meal for Mr. Nath from restaurant that is downstairs. Now Nisar says, but Maya, Mr. Mehta told us he doesn't work anywhere. Means Mr. Nath doesn't work anywhere. So how can he possibly have money to pay for food? If Mr. Nath is not working anywhere, then how will he get money to pay for the food? Nisar says, exactly. Now Maya is responding on Nisar's question. Exactly, I explained. He must have lots of money hidden somewhere, maybe in that trunk in his room. Now Maya is saying to Nisar that I think now he is not working, but he have so much money, lots of money, and he has hidden those money in his trunk that is in his room. It is probably full of silver and gold and jewels. And now Maya is thinking, Maya is imagining that in that ring there could be lots of jewels, lots of gold jewelry, silver jewelry. Okay? Interrupting Maya now, her brother is saying, "What rubbish? I know I'm right. Stupid," I told him. "By the way, Seven, did you see his scars?" Now Maya is asking to her brother that, "Seven, did you observe those scars on his face?" "I couldn't. It was too dark." Means there was too dark, so Seven was unable to see the scars of Mr. Nath's face. But I bet he got them during a shootout with the police or something. Now, again, Maya is suspicious about Mr. Nath's character, and it is because she is thinking that he is a criminal and those scars are related to a shootout from the police or something. Mummy told us quite clearly they were burn scares. Nisad says firmly. Now Nisad says to his sister, that Mama told us clearly that those scares are related to burn. Perhaps. Now again, Maya is suspicious and she says perhaps the police had to set his house on fire to force him out. Means I suggested. Seven looked unsure. Seven is unsure. Seven thinks that Mr. Nath is not a criminal, while his sister Maya thinks that he is a criminal. On the Monday following Mama's birthday, Seven went alone with her to the clinic at Giragaon, as I was spending the evening with a school friend. One day, when Maya was spending the evening with her school friends, that day Seven was gone with his mama to the clinic, that is at Girgaon. And when they returned, Nisad told to Maya that he had been to see Mr. Nath, and then Maya felt most annoyed that she hadn't been there. Means she also want to see the she also want to visit Mr. Nath. She also want to see to Mr. Nath to know more about Mr. Nath. After returning from clinic, after meeting with Mr. Nath, Seven was really upset, and from this text we can know Seven had been quite upset about Mr. Nath's gaunt appearance and was sure that he was starving. Means now Seven is more sure about that he is not a criminal, while he is starving from any difficulty. Okay, it is because he is sick and he is very thin. He told me that he had knocked loudly on Mr. Nath's door that evening and said, "Open the door quickly, Mr. Nath." When Seven was gone to visit a clinic, he suddenly knocked the door of Mr. Nath and asked him to open the door quickly. The man had opened it and asked him, "Lost another marble?" Actually, before that, Seven had met with Mr. Nath regarding, or he was gone there to take marbles. It is because Mr. Nath, seeing Seven, asked him, "Did today you also lost another marble?" He had obviously recognized my brother. Actually, Mr. Nath had recognized. No, Sanisad said no. He had taken the man's hand in his own and thrust a bar of chocolate into it. Nisad was very kind. It is because he handed over a bar of chocolate to Mr. Nath. Did you get a chance to peek into the drink, Seven? Now, Maya is asking to her brother, Seven, that If he get a chance to peek into the trunk, Nisad looked disappointed. He didn't even ask me, he said. Then he smiled. But I did find out something, man. Nisad says, Mr. North didn't even ask him to in, but he get something. He did something, Maya. I went down to the restaurant where Ramesh works and talked to him. Means 7 was gone downside to the restaurant where Ramesh works and he talked to him. Good for you, Mr. Detective, I said, patting on him on the back. Means Maya patted on her brother's back and said, very good, Detective. I hope you questioned him properly. Means Maya says to her brother, that I think you questioned him properly. 7 looked pleased. Mr. Nath, Ramesh told me that he takes 2 meals for Mr. Nath every morning and evening and 2 cups of tea. And when 7 asked about Mr. Nath to Ramesh told to 7 that he takes 2 meals, means one in the morning and another meal in evening, and 2 cups of tea, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. Means he takes 2 cups of tea, one for the morning and another for the afternoon. Ramesh says he is not very particular about what he eats. It's always the same food, 2 chapatis, some dal and a vegetable. Mr. Nath pays cash and tips well. Means when 7 asked to Ramesh about Mr. Nath that from where he get money, Ramesh told to 7 that I don't know from where, but Mr. Nath always pays cash and even he gives tips as well. Ramesh told me something very strange, Maya. Now 7 added that he got from Ramesh something very strange. Almost every Sunday he carries 2 lunches to Mr. Nath's room and the same man is with him each time. He is tall, fair, stout and wears spectacles. Ramesh says his visitor talks a lot, unlike Mr. Nath who hardly speaks. Now Ramesh is telling about a strange person who is a visitor of Mr. Nath and usually come on every Sunday, because on that day Ramesh has to give to Mr. Nath 2 lunches. Now Ramesh is telling about the appearance of that strange person that is tall, fair, stout and wears spectacles. And the visitor talks a lot while Mr. Nath hardly speaks. Now Maya says, well done, Nisad. I told him. Maya told to her brother. Now that we have made some progress with our inquiries, means they are going further, they are going one day by another day more closer to Mr. Nath as they want to know more about Mr. Nath. We have to sort out all the facts like aspects. We will have to sort out all the facts about like the aspect detectives so that we can track the proof. Means if Mr. Nath is crook, then we must have to find more proof, more fact about him by which we will be able to trace him. Now again 7 said, how you do go on, Maya? 7 side. You can. How can you possibly imagine he is crook? Means how can even you think about that Mr. Nath is crook? He looks so ordinary. Maya added, criminals can look quite ordinary, smarty. Did you see the picture of the Hyderabadi housebreaker in the papers yesterday? He looked like any man on the street. Nishad looked doubtful. Now, Maya added that completely. In yesterday's newspaper, had we seen Maya asking to her brother, Seven, that had he seen the picture of that Hyderabadi housebreaker in the newspaper of yesterday. He was very similar like any common man on the street. Nisad looked doubtful. Nisad is now doubtful. The monsoons broke the next day. Dark clouds accompanied by blinding flashes of lightning and roaring rolls of thunder burst with all their fury, flooding the streets with a heavy downpour. Means on the next day there was monsoons breakout, and it is because dark clouds were there. There was lightning of flashes and roaring rolls of thunder burst with all their fury. There was everywhere water and water. School was to have reopened after the summer holidays, but no traffic could move through the flooded roads, and there was an unexpected holiday. Means Maya and her brother Seven got an unexpected holiday because of the heavy downpour. I thought I'd spend that time usefully. I sat at my desk in our bedroom with the sheet of paper before me. They were writing each and every fact related to Mr. Nath because they have to find out about his character. It is because they were very curious, they were very smartly working to find out how is Mr. Nath, means is he crook or not. So students, it was first portion. Next portion I will explain you in another video. Till that, take care, be safe, and always wear face mask